We're going moose hunting. So tell me what your method. You know, what do you like to do? What do you like to see? What do you listen
So a
to?
lot of people have an opinion about moose hunting, and some of it is based on maybe past experiences on elk or deer hunting, and a lot of things are just not even close to moose hunting. So people should have an open mind about learning new things. Um, it is just to give an example, you can have a bull looking at you, and you can draw, and you can shoot, and he won't jump on that. I'm sure you cannot do that with whitetail or elk in any position, you know. So that's a big difference. The moose does not know that man is danger to him unless there was a past experience, and most moose have not had a past experience.
If you're just trying to locate a bull and you'll use a cow call.
A cow call is something very nice to do just to see if there's one around that is maybe looking for a cow.
This is an actual cow moose in the wild, calling for a bull.
You listen hard. You have good ears. Um, After you call like that, how long do you listen?
Well, if if the wind conditions are good and I can hear a long way, I try to 15, 20 minutes for sure. I'd like to stay there for a long time if possible. It's very important to have quiet clothing. By quiet clothing, I mean fleece or wool without any wind stoppers or Gore-Tex or anything in there that may make it even slightest noisy. Um, the reason for that is not that the moose will hear you and run away on that. The reason is that you may miss calls that are just so quiet somewhere or far away. The best case scenario is if you hear a moose call first, then you know the position where it's located, and then you watch your wind and you try to get close on it. Um, and depending on what kind of call the moose is making, um, you can figure out if the bull is with a cow or if it's a cow that is being bothered by a bull.
This cow moose is being bothered by two young bulls. This frustration call can be surprisingly loud at times.
Now, how about the alarm call when you're busted and
Yeah,
they're leaving?
it's unmistakable. They usually do it when they get your scent. But that call tells everybody in the area um, that there's danger.
So, in your method of hunting, instead of just sitting and trying to call a moose to you, if he's not responding and he's not coming, you go to him.
Yeah, I try to call a bull in first when he's not responding or not coming or hanging up. Um, well, you basically just grunt your way in. You know, I just call like this. And with every step that I walk, I grunt like that.
This is an actual bull grunting as he approaches.
We're trying to imitate a bull that is challenging another bull. So the hunter is the rear end, I'm the front, and we're trying to get to a certain distance. You know, as soon as the bull responds to the challenge and starts charging or coming, you know, we switch positions so that the shooter's up front. Depending on terrain or on the mood where he is or how aggressive he is, he will then circle usually downwind. So you will always get a broadside because he's showing you the broadside to illustrate size. You will always get a broadside shot. You have all the time in the world to draw back. He'll not jump that. He will, you know, look at you until you release, and he will not usually snap out of it and just run and bolt until he's hit, you know, or missed. Even after the shot, many times it's possible to call at him hard and stop him again. In some cases, they even return. They turn around and come right back.
How close of a shot can a bow hunter expect or hope for?
Well, sometimes they have to back up to take a shot, but hopefully not always. I mean, on average, a bull will come in on these challenging approaches. You know, 10 yards seems to be sort of a magic number. We've had them under 10 yards, you know, up to 5 yards, and as far as, you know, 25, 27 yards. So, but it's usually under 20 yards.
Okay, now that behavior where he rocks his antlers like this and comes back to you, that's what you expect to see?
Yeah, that's something that you like to get that close, because that is the last thing before there is an actual fight between bulls. So this is sizing up. They give you their broadside. They show the broadside of their body. They rock their head back and forth to demonstrate the size of their antlers, and they expect you to do the same to size you up, you know. And then at that point, usually it is decided if there is going to be a fight or not. Most cases, the lesser bull will part, you know, and go away.
Say an archer makes what looks like a good shot on a bull. What's your next? What do you do?
Yeah.
How do you recover that animal?
First of all, if the bull is out of sight after the shot, you go to the place where you shot at, where the bull was standing when you shot it. Mark the spot. See if you see any. I mean, you see the arrowhead. Usually, you have an idea, but see if you find any blood, and walk away. Go back to camp, have a coffee or two, and relax, which nobody can. And we'll go back with the dog and do a proper search. That way, nothing gets contaminated. The dog has the best possible chance to get, you know, a good start on the track.
Nice. Oh, you're welcome. Oh, nice ball. Very nice ball.
What I like to do is go into an area and just kind of slowly approach it and just sit down and or just kind of stay still for a few minutes and have a good listen and see if we can hear any bulls grunting or any cows calling. What I'll do is just kind of a couple of small bull grunts, just to see if there's anything, if I'm going to get any answers or if there's anything right handy close by. I'll find a nice area that I want to has some good visibility, but there's enough cover that the moose are comfortable in coming in fairly close. Something that's got some good shooting lanes. I'll typically try and set the hunter up, you know, maybe 10 yards in front of me or so. Generally, I like to do quite a bit of cow calling. So I'll start off with a couple of minutes of cow calling, just steady cow calling pretty much, and then listen for a couple of minutes. So what I'm doing when a cow call is just and I like to give it at least 20 minutes, half an hour minimum in one location, and then possibly if I'm not getting any answers, then we may move on to another location that I've got picked out. And then other times we might stay in the same spot for an hour to 2 hours. I have had bulls come in, you know, right at, a lot of times typically what'll happen is they'll wait till right before dark, the last 5 minutes of daylight before we can hear them come grunting in.
So I start off by trying a communication call. And in my experience, different cows make different communication calls, but generally it's soft. Like one of them that I know of that I've heard many times is just a ah, ah. Now another one that I've heard them make, and it's kind of a communication call, is they go ah, ah. And I've heard them make that one as well. And they do 1 or 2, sometimes 3 communication calls. And I'm guessing they're looking to see if there's any other bull moose in the area. And sometimes he's quite hesitant to come into the cow. He might have a cow with him. So to get him to come in, I just a little bull grunt, just a little ruh, ruh. And I use kind of the R sound, the ruh sound. It seems to work better than the whoa. It seems like to me they talk to the cows with a whoa, whoa sound, and when they talk to other bulls, it's a ruh, ruh, with a kind of an R sound in it. And usually they unwind if they're ready, and they come on in right away. You know, when they start coming and you see the antlers going like this here, and sometimes that can be 50 yards, sometimes it can be 50 feet. When they start going like that, they're coming, and I say nothing. You don't have to. You know, they're coming, and they know exactly where you are, so don't move.